my name's Laia and I created a language planner. So I'm so excited to share this with you, and I think it's so cool. Something that I created that is here in my hands as a physical book is so cool. So I created this planner for language learners and people who are learning a language. It is suitable for one language or many languages depending on how you want to use it. And the best thing about this is that it's extremely customizable and it's very plain, so you can decorate it any way you want and use it in so many different ways. So at the moment it is still blank. I have not started using it yet, but I will start using it and I will catch up with you after a month or two when I've been using it for a while and show you what I've done with it and how I've made it work for me. But for now, I'm going to show you what's inside this and what it looks like as a blank journal. And hopefully you like it, hopefully you want to use it too. And I will put the link in the description of this video for where you can buy this if you do like it. Okay, so I'm going to show you what's inside this. So let's go. So this is the language learning planner. So I'll just give you a little tour through it, show you what's in it, how it works, and what you could do with it if you decide you want to purchase one. So the cover is a very light blue. It's so light that it is almost white, but it is a very light blue. And as you can see, it's very plain on the cover, a plain spine and a pretty plain back. So you can decorate the cover any way you want. You can put some flags of the languages you are learning, or you can put your name. You can really decorate it any kind of way you want, or you can just leave it plain and simple and minimalistic. So when you open the planner, the first thing you will see on the first page is a little introduction page, and it says this planner belongs to, so you can write your name there, maybe your social media. I am learning, and there is space for multiple languages. There is space for about 5 languages, but if you are only learning 1 or 2, that's fine too. And I actually have a little idea how I'm going to use this space, so you can be very creative with how you use that. And then it says, I am learning this language or languages because. And I put the section here because it's very important to remember why you are learning a language and your motivations behind learning. Sometimes when you lose motivation or when you struggle, it's very nice to look back at your motivations, to think about why you are learning this, why you started this journey, and just to have a little reminder of what your goals are and why you want to keep going instead of giving up. Then when you turn the page, you will see a year of language learning. It was very inspired by the bullet journal method, and you will see a lot of similarities between this and bullet journals and the kind of planning community and some things that they do. So this is a year of language learning, and I did not put in the months so that you can start this at any time of the year you want. So I will be starting in May, so my first month will actually be May. And I did this on purpose so that you can start at any time. If I had put the months in, I feel like it would be a little bit limiting. So you can put your own months. The purpose of this is to plan for the future, or maybe write down things that are happening in the future, maybe language events that you want to remember. And once again, you can do with this what you want to. So you can write down your goals. You can write down things that are happening in the language community. You can plan for what you want to do in each month of the year. So you can really do with this what you want to. And I left it very plain so that you can decorate it yourself. Then on the next page, you will see quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, and quarter 4. So this is meant to divide the year up into quarters. So quarter 1 will be 3 months, quarter 2, 3 months, and so on. So once again, you can start each quarter any month you like. It would be ideal to do January to March, and then April to June, and so on. But nevertheless, I will be starting in May. So for each quarter, you can write your goals, And reflection. So goals is before the quarter starts. So you write down everything you want to achieve in that quarter of the year. And reflections is for after the quarter is finished, to reflect on how it went, what goals you achieved, what you might have done instead, or just reflect on how the quarter went. Then the next page is blank. So it's not completely blank, this is dotted. If you can see, there are dots. This is a dot grid. Dot grids are really great for journals. They are my favorite. I prefer them to lines, so that is why I put some dots here. And with this page, you can do anything you want. So this page is totally meant to be completely customizable. If you want to decorate it, maybe put some stickers, maybe create a mood board, or you can make lists of resources, lists of study materials you want to use. You can make lists of TV shows you want to watch or movies you want to watch in your target language. You can seriously do anything with this page. So this page is completely for you to do anything you want that might not be included in the rest of the planner. Then we have the month. So this planner has 12 months in it, so each month will look the same from here on out. The month starts on Monday and go all the way to Sunday. Each month has 5 weeks, so every single month of the year will fit into the planner regardless of how many weeks is in that month. These circles over here are empty, so you can write in the days yourself because everyone might be starting this on a different month. There are also some lines at the side for you to make some notes. You can write the month name at the top, and I left these spaces empty on purpose so you can decorate them and make it all cute the way you want to, or make notes if you do want to. Then you can see a language level little scale over here. So I was very intentional with how many of these circles I put in the language level. So you can use this in a few different ways. So there are 7 circles, and what you can do is write A0, A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, C2. And you can do that every month and then highlight which one you are up to. So it's kind of like a scale where you can see where you are up to. And that is if you are learning one language. If you are learning more than one language, you can choose a little circle for each language, maybe color coordinate them or write the language name on top of the circle, however you want, and write the level you are currently at in that language. So each month you can keep track of what level you are in the language or languages you are learning. Then we have 1 line a day in my target language. So each month will have this page. So this is very much inspired by the bullet journal community. So 1 line a day is usually used for journaling, just to reflect on your day every day, maybe write down something that happened, maybe a thought you had, maybe a quote, and just to write down something about your day. So I thought this would be really cool to do in a target language or a language you are learning. So each of these pages has 31 lines so that every month will fit in, and no matter the month there are enough lines. And this can be used in a variety of ways. So you can use this to reflect on something that happened in your day. Maybe write down a good experience you had or a memory you want to keep. You can use it to practice a certain grammar point or a new vocabulary word that you have learned. So, for example, if you are learning about past tense, maybe write down something in past tense to practice. Or if you learned a new word, write a sentence using that new word. If you are learning more than one language, you can switch between languages if you want to. The reason I think this is really great is because journaling and writing is a big part of language learning. But if you are new with a language or you haven't done much journaling, it can be very intimidating. So this is a nice way to get used to writing in a different language and get used to expressing your thoughts in a different language without the pressure of having to fill a whole journal page or write a whole paragraph in that language. I also think if journaling is not part of your everyday life, this is a great way to practice writing and make writing part of your everyday life in a small, easy way that is very easy to do and manage and won't take up much time. I really like the idea of this because I do not journal currently, but I really want to, and I think this will be a really great introduction to journaling and practicing writing in a different language. Then after this page, you will find your first week. So you can write the week over here, the dates that correspond with the week, and it goes from Monday all the way to Sunday. You also have a space for notes. And once again, this can be used in a variety of different ways. So you can either use this for planning, which is the obvious one. So planning what you want to do every day. Maybe you have a list of things you want to get done every day. You can plan them, tick them off, see what you have done. You can also log what you have done. So write down the things you have done and have achieved during the day. And that's kind of the obvious. But this can also be used for journaling. So if you do not want to plan every day, you can use this for journaling, and you can use each block to write something about what happened that day in your target language and practice writing if you do not want to use this for planning. So this will be a step up from the 1 line a day. And I also forgot to mention, the month can obviously be used for planning. I always really like to have a monthly spread so that I can see the weeks in advance, maybe write down some events that are happening that I want to attend, live shows, things that I want to get done, things that I want to achieve, and so on. Then after the weekly spread, you turn your page, and this page is really fun. I really like it. So this page starts with language habits, and if you are familiar with bullet journaling, you will know what a habit tracker is. So this is basically a habit tracker but for languages. Basically how it works is that you have your habits here on the left. So I put the main language habits here, which are reading, writing, listening, speaking, and grammar. So that's kind of the main points of language learning. Then you have Monday all the way to Sunday for every single day, and you tick off or color in what you have done in that day. So if you did some reading in that day, you color it in. If you have done some speaking, you color it in. So just to keep track of which language habits you are actively doing, and maybe to see which ones you need to do some more of. And then I also left 2 blank spaces for you to put something in that is personal to you, that you would like to get done every day. Then we have a section that is this week I learned about. And this is just to write down some facts about what you learned. Maybe if you learned about past tense, you can write that there, which type of past tense you learned about. Maybe if you learned about a new topic, so maybe you learned about food, you can write down that you learned about food. And that is just a way to keep track of what you have learned and when you learned it. Then on the next page, it says this week I accomplished. So this is everything you got done this week. So whereas this week I learned about is just what you have learned, the this week I accomplished section is everything you have done. So maybe you watched an episode of a series in a different language. Maybe you watched a movie. Maybe you finished a book, or maybe you read a chapter of a book. Maybe you wrote something for your teacher to read, or maybe you had a really good conversation with someone else in your target language. So that is where you can write down all your accomplishments of the week. Then we have a little section that says I am proud of, and that is for you to mention 1 or 2 things that you are most proud of. So maybe your language lesson went really well and you managed to speak to your teacher in a more confident way than usual. So you can be really proud of that. Or maybe you wrote something that you're very proud of. Maybe you finished a book and you are really proud of that. So that is to write what you are proud of for the week. Then last but not least, we have I want to work on. And this is for you to plan for the next week. Maybe write down something you're struggling with that you want to work on, or maybe something you want to broaden your knowledge on, or anything you want to work on in the future or that you want to improve. You can make a note of it there. Then after this page, we have another week and another page like this with the language habits. So each month has 5 weeks, so that no matter the month, all the weeks will fit in. So you will notice there are 5 weeks that repeat in this manner until you get to another blank page where you can do absolutely anything you want with, and back to the next month, and it repeats 12 times. So that is basically the language learning planner, and that is the 12-month repeat. And there you have it. Thank you so much for watching, and once again, if you do want this, the link will be in the description. And I already have so many ideas of things I want to create and future versions of this I want to make. But if there's anything that you would like in the planner that you think maybe it's missing or that you would just like to be added, do let me know in the comments and I will consider it for a future version of the planner. And let me know what you like in your language planners and how you like to plan. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Goodbye.